this game was off tap, man. We watched a bit of this one. We got the SCG 14-14-98. Sydney were defeated by Fremantle 15-9-99. Crazy. What's the guy who had the ball at the end? It was the Freo. He's going to Freo. What's his name? McDowell, was it?
Logan McDonald.
Logan McDonald. So apparently he's going to Freo, and the rumours has it that he missed it because he's going to Freo. That's what I heard. Yeah, I don't believe that, but I just think he had a shit kick. So to tell you the truth, but a lot of the conspiracy theorists are out there putting this conspiracy spin on it.
He could have made the trip there, that player.
Yeah, I don't think he could make the journey from where he was, but
well, all he needed was a point, but he just didn't think it through. He overreacted, and he was like, "Oh, I'm going for the highest kick I can ever kick," and it just came off the side of the boot and went nowhere near. So.
But look, what it does show is, you can play Sydney, and if you're having an off day, you can get them. So Freo were good for most of that game. Sydney were chasing Freo. So props to Freo. Well done. I didn't expect this at all from Fremantle because, they're a team that are up and down. But on the ladder, they're third or something, fourth, whatever. It's... Freo, who would have thought that, So they're a good side when they want to be. I thought, who's the ruckman?
Grundy.
No, not Grundy. Darcy. Darcy was really good in the ruck against Grundy.
They call him Shrek.
Yeah, he was really good. He was good against Grundy. Like he competed really well against him, so that set the tone for the game. But at the end it was Sydney were coming, and but they lost their second in a row. They're still top of the ladder. I don't think anyone's catching them. But you never know. Carlton could. We'll see what happens. But it was a good game, and Freo can be a dark horse, really. Especially if you play them over in the West, but I've seen them play shit as well, you know what I mean? So it's hard to read Freo, very hard. They're very, very tough team to read, but Sydney Sydney are still, I think they're still them and Carlton are still the top two teams, and definitely going to be there at the end of September. King of the North, we did watch some of this game together. What do you think, man? Are you a what do they call it? A flag mantle. Are you a flag mantle person or
flag mantle?
Yeah, that's what they call it. That's what the Fremantle supporters say. They go, "Oh, flag. We're going for the flag. We're called instead of Fremantle, we're called flag mantle." Have you seen that?
Flag mantle? No, I haven't seen that.
They've never won a flag.
They never won a flag, no.
No, they've never won a flag.
Anyway, what do you reckon, man? What do you think?
I just think Sydney lost their way a little bit. Defence was good by Freo. I don't know which way to pick Freo week in, week out. So good on Freo for getting the win and knocking over the big guns. But they probably needed that loss just to give them a bit of a kick in the arse and get going again for the end up of the season. I think the highlight was on Sunday when the Freo supporters were in a boat going down the Swan River, going under the bridge and playing the Freo song as the West Coast supporters were walking across the bridge. That was quite funny.
Okay, well, J. Crom, Freo the real deal, and have they showed us that we can stop Sydney?
Well, I did mention this to you about a month ago. I thought Fremantle were the dark horse, but I wouldn't say they're favourites. Obviously, I reckon it's between Carlton and Sydney. But look, man, if you go through the Fremantle team, they got some good players, man. And, if they click and they keep them fit, it's just, I don't think they've got a good enough squad to win a flag in Melbourne, that's for sure, especially if they play a Melbourne team. But I really like how they played. They sort of nullified Sydney's best players like Goulden, Warner, and Heaney had limited impact in this game. Yeah, you're right. They kept Sydney in arm's reach for a while, and Sydney closed that gap right at the end, but couldn't get over the line. But it was a great game to watch, and I was impressed with a lot of Sydney players. You mentioned Darcy; he looked really good, and and when they could rotate with a player like Jackson as well, they've got a really good ruck system. The midfield, yeah, can click. So I think they got smashed by the Doggies like a week or so ago. But like you said, they're up and down sometimes. But I think they are a good team, but not good enough to win a flag, I don't think. But they'll, yeah, give it a good crack. And Sydney, yeah, this is just probably a wake-up call for them. They probably need a loss here and there to just get their game right again. But, yeah, I wouldn't be worried if you're a Sydney supporter.
Yeah. AO reckons Chad Warner only had 14 disposals. So, yeah, a bit low on his end. But Blakely, the Lizard, had 32. So, from the back half. So, he had a good game, man. So, and Haywood had 3 goals, 1. That's how much he cost. Papley had 2 goals. Yeah, so... Yeah, there you go. What did Heaney have? Heaney had 20 touches. So not his best day, but it is what it is, guys. You're gonna have form slumps. But I don't think the Swans are gonna be too worried. Johnny Carlton, you didn't watch this one. You watched the other game, but I'm sure you watched the end.
I watched the fourth quarter of this actually.
Oh, okay.
Look, as you said, as all of you said, I think this is actually really good for Sydney. I think, people tell me, are you a lunatic? Why is it good if Sydney lose a game? It shows that they are not unbeatable. They can be beaten even at the SCG. That's their first loss at the SCG. They're going to be now more hungry in the rest of the season. And I think they've just now woken up Sydney and go, okay, we can't do what we need to do now. We actually need to play for wins. And now I feel like Sydney in the next 8 games are going to kill some teams. So I feel like this is what Sydney needed. And they can afford to lose a game. There were 3 games clear on top. So when you're 3 games clear, you can afford to lose a game. But it was Freo needed this win to classify another week in the top 8, and now they're 3rd. So, but Freo are a very weird team. As Jay Crom said a bit earlier, I don't think they can play in Melbourne where it matters, when there's other teams that are way better that can play in Melbourne. But yeah, they're a weird team, and yeah, they keep winning. So as I said, you just need a win. You just need a win, and you might be there in September. But as I said, if I was Sydney, I would be worried about one other team, and Sydney know who they are, because they are coming in hot. And yeah, so as I said, they could afford to lose this game, so it doesn't really bother Sydney, but really good win by the Dockers, and it was very close at the end, but yeah.
Genwell goes, you see what we did to Freo? No chance Fremantle. More like Hawks flag. I think he's saying Hawks flag. Because he's saying about the Hawks. Look,
Please.
I reckon Fremantle are closer than the Hawks at the moment, but I don't know. We'll see.
I don't think he's saying Hawks.
What's he saying then?
Hawks flag.
What's Hawks?
I don't know.
I think it's Hawks. Nick Blakey was good. Toby's in there. Wake up call for Sydney. Nah, I don't think so. AO. I think Sydney know exactly what they're doing. Yeah, Hawks. Yeah, he's saying Hawks.
Yeah, Hawks. Okay.
He's the Hawks supporters are up and about because they're winning all these games. So they're good. They look good. I'm not gonna lie. They look okay, but